Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the fourth day of AACTE ATAL sponsored 5-day online FDP. We have almost 15 resource persons, out of which we have Sri Venkatesh Panyam, Sri Srinivas Akella. Both of them are ready. On time, we can begin it. To just brief you all and even to the briefing of the resource persons. Since 13th of this month, we have been working on how to have various outcomes that we have set to utilize photography, media in communication. We have got Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ramji Kuna, Vice Chancellor for B.R. Ambedkar University of Srikakulam, who has addressed by emphasizing the importance of these ATAL Academy FDPs in implementation of new education policy of India, which we call NEP 2020. Post to him, we have Professor Sujata Mukherjee, a senior professor from the English and Foreign Languages University, who addressed on how during pandemic, media and then digital media that supported teachers in the classroom, women and various other friends of various stakeholders involved in both teaching and learning process. After that, we have Challa Krishnavir Abhishek rocked the show with his emotional presentation on making a note all of us to have photography as a case in understanding emotional language learning. Post to him, we have to name more resource persons who have talked about interestingly on various sides of photography, media, and communication in various sub areas. Even in the morning, we had one senior advocate, Srinivas, who has made a wonderful attempt on how media influences the subjudice. We have a couple of senior journalists, then photographers by profession, authors, popular playwright. All of these have come and then addressed on the importance of this new normal, photography, videography, media, and communication, and their role in teaching learning process of new education. We have already had around 100 participants from various fields like teaching, film studies. We also have participants from filmmaking. So all of these have only one idea on how this new normal that is happening with just photography, with just videography, and also with this virtual learning methodology to make an attempt understanding the classroom to be more successful. In line, we have Sashidhar from KSA and Mr. Ali Reza from Iran. Both of them also have made wonderful attempt in understanding all of us how social media influences the classroom. In line now, so connectively, these two good old friends of us for the Fraternity of Teachers of India. One from USA, chairing mathematics department in Warren schools. We have one more, a senior teacher who has been running his own YouTube channel in the name of Physics Duo. Both of them have made bold attempts in their classrooms, particularly how math class is to be materialized with this photography or videography. Similarly, his physics class, how lively it should be, what kind of basics that are missing in it, and how whole basics of that toughest concept is to be delivered through classroom methodology. Both of them are ready. They are even eager to present all our ideas. And we'll be starting within other 3 minutes, waiting for other participants to join. As we have scheduled the time by 5:30, we'll give them another grace period of 3 to 4 minutes. After that, I'll hope that we can carry out the sessions. Welcome, Srinivas, Akella. Welcome, Venkatesh Panyam. Both of you are looking wonderful.
Thank you, Dr. Bobby.
Thank you. How are you? Check my audio and
yeah, your audio is
light?
awesome.
I feel like it's too bright.
Yeah, your light is too bright.
Yeah,
and you're also looking bright. It's because early in the morning for you.
Thank you. I didn't mean to do that, but I think I'm in the classroom, so I can't adjust the lights here. So we'll have to just deal with that. Okay. Hey, Mr. Panyam, how are you?
I'm fine.
We have already a hand that has raised. Maybe by chance. All right, no problem. In the participants, I have seen Dr. Simhachalam Tamarana, Divya Barkavi ma'am, Dr. Rafaq Ahmad sir. We have Ratna Kumari ma'am, Rishi Manikda sir, Vijay Verigai. All of these are very serious participants who have been putting a lot of good effort since the first day. We are very much happy. Again, you are here on time, sir. I know most of the participants who have been complaining about their tough schedule around them, and then some of them from Hyderabad, they are unable to join because of the severe power outage and then situation over there. So anyway, I I always tell you that these sessions would not be missed, even if it is missed on live. We'll be having these recording sessions will be in the repository for ACTE, will be available at any point of time. I'll also share with you. So don't worry for that, and try to be safe, try to be always healthy, energetic, and making use of these sessions as on your go, and only when you are comfortable joining us. So with this, I request host to start the poll, or I also request the repertoires to come forward in starting the session. Now it is 5:30.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving me this opportunity.
Is it better now, Dr. Hari?
Yeah, it's fine now. Still, the background of you is hazy, Srinivas. Ramna, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
It looks better now, right?
Yeah, it is looking so better, but you are drowned in.
I know the problem is with me. See, when I come in the frame,
Now it's okay,
what
sir.
is happening?
Now it is fine.
Okay.
You're only half seen. You're only half seen.
Okay.
Otherwise, you use some virtual background. Yeah, now it is fine. Now it is fine. Just keep it like that.
Okay, then. Sounds good.
Ramna, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. So this is Venkatramana Manipatrani, an assistant professor of English from LENDI Institute of Engineering and Technology. Bidding our honorable resource person good morning, and our dear participants good evening, and I would cordially welcome you all to the session. Now, I would rather have the privilege of introducing our well-respected resource person, Mr. Srinivas Akella. Mr. Srinivas Akella is a mathematics department chair and teacher at Warren County Schools in Georgia, the United States of America. He is a member of the Georgia State Superintendent's Teachers Advisory Council, which consists of 50 selected teachers from the state. And the Georgia State Senate passed a proclamation recognizing Mr. Srinivas Akella and the other 49 teachers for their valuable contribution to education. He is also a member of the Georgia State Mathematics Advisory Council, which oversees mathematics curriculum for the state. Srinivas Akella plays an important role as district leader as well as school leader. Mr. Srinivas Akella was awarded the prestigious Teacher of the District in 2004 and was recognized by the state governor and state superintendent. He was also Teacher of the Year 3 times in the same school. He was instrumental in mathematics curriculum design at the district level. He has been an educator for 25 years. He worked as a teacher in India for 11 years before moving to the United States of America, where he put up 14 years in teaching so far. Now he is going to talk about experimentation of photo and videography in math classes. I would request you to begin the session, sir. Thank you very much for your coming over here in order to give you a talk over experimentation of photo and videography in math classes. Thank you very much, sir.
Right. Thank you so much for that fine introduction, and good evening to everyone, all the participants, and good morning from my end. So it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm very lucky to be part of this panel of resource people. And I've been there for a couple of sessions, and I think it's a great effort from a LENDI organization and all the team led by Dr. Hari Babu. A great job. So today, can I share my presentation?
Yes, sir.
Also, I'm giving it. You are now able to share.
Awesome. Okay. Sure. Sorry about that. And like I said, I'm in the school setting, so there might be a little announcements here and there. So but I'll try to wrap up my presentation before more announcements start popping in. So good evening, and it's, like I said, it's my pleasure to be a part of this FDP. And what I'm going to do today, I'm a classroom teacher. So my presentation today will involve what I do as a classroom teacher. I know you might be surprised, like what is a math teacher doing in a language-based presentation? But let me tell you, there is a lot we can do with photography and media and using videos, not just showing videos. So we can create a big impact on the students using photography and using videos in the classroom. So that's what my main focus would be. As is now, if you really look at mathematics, you know, mathematics is not clearly defined subject. Or I would say there's no universal definition for mathematics, but it'll be safe to say, or it is safe to say that anything that studies the interaction between quantities, variables, structures, changes, that's mathematics. So mathematics is like, it's not tangible, it is abstract concept. And now the reason I'm saying this is because it's so logical, and so the expression of mathematics has no language. Now, it becomes so complex to present mathematics, or rather the concepts of science, in a classroom just by a lecture delivery. So we keep just lecturing. It does not help the students to visualize, or it limits them from their visualization. So let me start with this presentation here. My next slide. Okay, so let's just think about this scenario, okay? So put yourself in a caveman's shoes for just a little bit. I know cavemen don't wear shoes, but just pretend that you were in the prehistoric, you were a prehistoric human being. Your days are filled with mere survival. So that's all you're trying to do, survive. So you must find food, water, and shelter. You must protect yourself from the dangers of the world.
Sorry to disturb you in the middle, Vasu.
Yes,
your
sir.
presentation is not popped up as a full screen.
Oh, you don't see my screen? You can't see it?
We are able to see the screen, but only the
Right.
first slide is highlighted. I think you are in the second one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see what's going on. So let's start again.
Yeah, now it's fine. Now it's fine.
Okay, so I'll keep this. But I thought I can do the slide view, but let me try it one more time, okay? Can you see the screen now?
Yeah, now it's fine. Now it's fine.
Right, okay. So what I was saying is put yourself in those shoes, and my question to you all is, what uses might math have in this setting? Or how might have you developed the basic mathematical skills for this task to be in that prehistoric setting, and all you're looking for is food, water, and shelter? So there's no definite answer for this, because it is up to your imagination. Now, think about giving this scenario to a student and say, oh, you just visualize, just think about what you could have done. How can you bring in mathematics or mathematical skills in this setting? And so from that age to where we are at this point, where mathematics has grown, has developed so much, that I'm going to leave you with that slide. I'm not this because there's no answer there. I want you to keep thinking about this question all through my presentation. Maybe we can do a little more discussion in the Q&A session, but just let your imagination keep going. So this is why I say mathematics is a language of the universe. So because there is no tangible definition that you can give for mathematics. So mathematics can keep going in different ways. Now, today's topic is about bringing in photography and media in a mathematics classroom. So the way I want to present this is there is a mathematics of photography versus there is mathematics with photography. So looking at these two different perspectives, this is what I would say. Now, if we are talking about mathematics of photography, right? There's so much math that goes into taking pictures, taking videos, right? So I'm not going into very much details into how mathematics is used in photography, but you must have a basic understanding of what the mathematics that goes beyond photography, which is you must know the concepts of fractions, you must know ISO settings, you must understand the aperture, you must know the f-stop settings, the shutter speed, the white balance. So there's so many variables that come into play when we talk about taking pictures, or rather taking videos. Now, but there's something I definitely want to add here, which is, let's look at this little presentation here. In the mathematics of photography deals with something called the universal rule, which is the rule of thirds. But there is something else called the golden ratio. So let's see the difference between the two. Now, the rule of thirds versus the golden ratio. Now, we totally know what the rule of thirds is. There are horizontal lines, there are vertical lines, and so there's a next. And then we just, the other thing that I do, because I love taking pictures. So whenever I'm traveling, I'm looking for mathematics wherever I go. So these are some of the pictures that I have taken while I was traveling. And then I bring them back to classroom. I say, okay, is this shape familiar to you? So the McDonald's is so famous and students connect to McDonald's so easily here because it's food, right? So there is a shape, there are two parabolas in that picture. Now, so this is how we can create an impact with pictures, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm traveling, I'm like, okay, is there a way I can relate this? Is there a way I can take a picture and bring it back to my classroom? Right. There is we do a famous tour. It's called a Six Flags. And when we go out, it's full of roller coasters. So I took some of those roller coasters and I brought them back to classroom and say, hey, let's talk about this. Can we write an equation for these pictures? Or just take a flower vase. Can we write an equation for this? So these are this is one of the pictures that I took. If you see the picture of the cloud, it kind of looked like there is a curve on the cloud. So it wasn't exactly a curve, but at least I could get something out of it and say, okay, let's try to write an equation for this cloud. You see that the picture that you have, that you take, and you bring it to the classroom, and then you're trying to make a connection that, hey, these are equations. So now I can reach out to my students in a better way and say, those roller coasters that you are riding is full of equations, is an equation of a polynomial function. And I can buy my students into my lesson, into my instruction, and I can make that connection and say, this is real world, and this is why we are studying mathematics. So another thing that I love doing this is with symmetry. You know, we can find symmetry everywhere. Nature is full of symmetry. So some of the images that I took that I wanted to share is, look at the butterfly. That's symmetry. They look at the flower, look at the tire, look at the glasses. All these have a symmetry in them. So it's easy to connect to people when we make that connection with photography. Okay. I think I'm running out of time. Another picture that I took is this is our football field, and I took a picture of this little triangular section there, and we had to find the area of this triangular section. So I said, how do we do this? Let's take a picture of this. Let's bring it to the classroom, and let's see how we can divide this into different intervals, into different sections. And can we find the area of this? Yes, we can do that. We bought donuts one day. I know kids love eating food, so we have the liberty of bringing food in the classroom. So I bring this and say, okay, you're going to eat this, but okay, this is your activity. Let's find the area of this. Let's see. Let's find area of each of the donuts, and then you can eat this. So that creates some excitement in the students. There is a little farm in the outside our classroom. So we actually took my calculus students to do a survey of the landscape, and the nutrition director in our school wanted to grow some plants. So we did the survey, and you see meat on the tractor there. So we surveyed this land. We used our calculus. We used our measurement skills. We surveyed the land, and we told them how much land can be used, and this is how you can divide them into different sections. Another interesting activity I do with trigonometry is I tell them we go out, we measure the height of the pole. So something that they take pictures, they bring it back to classroom, and they work on the project. So that's about photography. Now, how about using videos in the classroom? Videos are real. Videos create a very strong impact. They're making you see something it's hard to imagine in a math class, or at least even for a physics class. So what do? I actually make some videos in my classroom. So definitely, I want you to watch a little bit of this. I'm not going to play the whole video. For them. So I have a bunch of videos, but I'll skip some of them. Right. So before I wrap up my presentation, there's another video that caught my attention very well, because I was trying to tell my students what all mathematics is available, or how much mathematics do we know, and how much mathematics do we really are we going to study? How much mathematics are we going to apply? So I found a little video, and then I made some changes to this video, and I showed it to them. So it really blew their mind and said, wow, this is so much, there's so much of math that I can see in the real world. So I'll run this real quick. So you see all the different branches that mathematics can reach, all the different fields that mathematics can get into, whether it's chemistry, it's in engineering, it is into physics, applications, statistics. So it's not easy to lecture a student and make them understand that, hey, there is so much mathematics around, or this is how math is related to every field of science or other content areas. But it's easy for me to just show a video and give them a visual and say, look how mathematics is connected. You see how mathematics can flow into so many branches of science, okay? So with that, I would say this is how I use photography. This is how I use videos in my classrooms to make a little difference, whatever little difference I can, to reach out to the students and give them a better understanding of mathematics. So with that, I will hand it over back to Dr. Haribabu, and we'll listen from the next presenter. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Vasu. You have made very well in time the presentation. Almost it is 6:03. You have started it by 5:33. It shows you are always on time, and then you finish things on time too. So
thank you, Dr. Hari. Thank you so much.
It's a good presentation. Even I have wondered how much mathematics that you have taught here in India. Participants, I'm very happy to mention that these three, we are known as a trio, which worked 20 years ago in Visakhapatnam, MVP Colony, a little junior college. I taught English, Vasu taught mathematics, Venkatesh, we call Venki, he taught physics. All the three teachers are called a trio, a different combination of subjects, one way arts and even sciences. All of us have learned together, grown together, and understood each other very well, and then carried out a beautiful concept of teaching. And I really wonder about Vasu's capacity, Vasu's exhibition of all the videos and photography in his classroom, what he experimented. He also has made a beautiful touch here. I think a poll is also in progress. And now, before Venkatesh presentation is on, I'll give you an instruction. All the participants, ladies and gentlemen, I request you to wait until the question hour session that starts by 6:30. And after Venkatesh Panyam's presentation, collectively we take questions for Srinivas and Venkatesh. I hope Srinivas will also accept that one. Is it okay, Srinivas?
Yes, sure, I'm here. Yes,
yeah.
Definitely.